What is up, my loves? What is up, Royal family? Welcome back to WB Royalty. I am Dr. G. Thank you for coming to hang out with the Queen. If this is your first time hanging out with the Royal family, make sure you hit that like button, comment, let us know where you were tuning in from so we can welcome you to the Royal family. And also, baby, hit that subscribe button. Join us because you do not want to miss the messages that are going to be coming through on my channel. I have a word for you all tonight, and it is called Your Environment Speaks. Your Environment Speaks. Baby, y'all father brought me back to a time when I was in junior high school, and my teacher stopped the class and he told us, look to your left, look to your right. The person who is sitting next to you today will not be sitting next to you tomorrow. I'll say it again. He said, look to your left, and now look to your right. The person who is sitting next to you today will not be sitting next to you tomorrow. What he was really trying to say, my loves, stop trying to impress the people who are currently near you because they will not be near you in your future. These are not necessarily people who are going to be with you in your future. Yes, there are some people who, you knew them since junior high school, whatever, or even college. They rock out with you in life. But are y'all all growing at the same pace? Have y'all grown together? You can grow up together, you can age together, but have y'all matured together? Have y'all grown together is the real question. So he was saying, stop trying to impress people who won't be in your future. Stop trying to perform for an audience that won't walk with you into destiny. Stop trying to shrink and fit into environments that you're called to outgrow in the first place. So, in a sense, my teacher was teaching us about leadership before we even knew what leadership was. In other words, he was saying, focus on you, develop you. Don't be the follower. Choose to be the leader because what you think is important today, the people who you think matter to you today, that you want to impress them, who you want to be a class clown for, they're not going to be important tomorrow. They're not going to be impactful tomorrow. So I have a few points, my loves, and then I'm going to let y'all go. The first point is that your environment speaks. Your environment is not silent. Your environment is an active mirror reflecting back to you who you currently are, what you currently like, what you're currently into, your current mentality. That's what your environment is presently reflecting to you. Your environment is also a prophecy. God can use your environment to show you who He sees you as, where He's taking you, where you are destined to go if you follow Him. I know y'all have heard these sayings before, these quotes. The first one, it says, show me your circle and I'll show you your future. And the next one says, you are the average of the 5 people who are closest to you. Why do you think they word it that way? Because the people who you hang around, your environment, the people who you allow to influence your life because you're listening to what they say or you're trying to impress them, you're trying to appease them, that's who you become. Ask yourself, are you surrounded by abundance or scarcity? Are you around people who are beautiful in character or are you around people who are ugly in character? Beautiful people in character, they're kind, they're sweet, they're giving, they're respectful, they're loving, they're joyful, even peaceful. But if they're ugly in character, these might be nice, nasty people. They can be nice on the surface, but underneath, they're talking about you, they're negative, they're mean, they're evil, they're gossiping, they're disrespectful. Are you surrounded by spirit filled believers or are you surrounded by people who are driven by their flesh still? Are you around people who thrive in chaos or are you around people who cultivate peace? Are you around people who speak life or are you around people who speak death? Your environment is preaching to you each and every single day, my loves. Are you listening? What is your environment saying to you? Because your environment speaks. Point 2. Your environment will reveal your agreements. Your environment will reveal your agreements. The reason why your environment is the way that it is, surrounded by the people that it includes, is because that's really how you think. That's really what you believe. Your environment is a summary of your beliefs, your identity, your self-worth, your unhealed places, your wounds, your vision or your lack of vision. People don't just end up in environments. People agree to certain things, and then before you know it, their environment includes all of those things that they have internally agreed to. Ayabaso. If you want to know what you believe about yourself, look at the type of people who you hang around. Look at who you tolerate, what you attract, and who you choose to entertain. Because that's what you believe about yourself. That's what you have agreed to. Your environment reveals your agreements. Point 3. Your environment is being used by God to show you who you are and who you're called to be. Sometimes God will use your environment to reflect your current state, and sometimes He'll use it to reflect your future calling. So, yes, He might show you where you're presently at, but He'll also show you that, baby, I'm not keeping you there. I'm taking you further. You're going higher. There's more for you. So, when you ask yourself the question, let me take a look to my left and look to my right. Do I like what I see around me? Do I like who I am when I'm around these people? Does my environment currently reflect my dreams, my goals, and the purpose and plan that God has for me? Does my environment reflect and carry the spirit and the presence of the Lord? Is my environment currently supporting my healing process and purpose, or is my environment sabotaging my healing process and purpose? Is my current environment stretching me, or is it stunting my growth? So if the atmosphere currently feels spiritually contaminated, if it feels off, then perhaps God is ministering to you that it is time for a change, that you have outgrown this environment, that you have outgrown these habits, you have outgrown these people, that you're no longer suitable in this place, that you're no longer a match to what once used to be suitable for you. God is taking you higher. And so, are you ready for that change? When you change your environment, you will change your life. When you change your environment, my loves, you will change your life. Transformation doesn't start with a new job, a new city, or a new relationship. Transformation starts with a new agreement. You have to develop a new internal agreement. You have to shift and come out of the old so that you can welcome in the new. And this shift will occur automatically. You won't have to force it. You won't have to beg people to stay. You won't have to convince people to grow with you. When God begins to elevate you, your environment will either rise with you or they will fall away from you. Either way, your environment will change. Your environment speaks. Take inventory. Look around your life with spiritual eyes and ask yourself, is this environment currently aligned with God's purpose for me? Is this environment feeding my spirit or is it draining my energy? Is this environment preparing me for where I am destined to go? If not, God is calling you to shift, because the next season of your life will require a new environment, a new internal agreement. Your environment is a prophecy. It reveals and then it prepares. And what God is saying to you is, I'm ready to elevate you. But first, we have to elevate your environment. Ay, ay, ay. Hallelujah. May peace settle you. May safety surround you. May wholeness renew you, and may restoration be your portion today. Until next time, Royal Family, Erene, Erene.